Hey guys, yeah, I don't normally do this, especially on the fly like this. I like to, research it out some. But yeah, there's something going on here, guys, and it doesn't seem like it's going to be very good. Um, yeah, can you guys look at that right there? What I want you guys to look at here first is this. Okay, that's at 1742 UTC, and right now it is currently 5 o'clock Eastern. Okay, so this thing hasn't updated for 5 hours. Once it's seen this, they shut this sucker off or it went into safe mode. One or the other. Okay, now I don't know if that either or is the case, but I will tell you this. Okay, guys, I was texting Scott yesterday and I told him the last time I started seeing these kinds of things, and it reminded me very similar, I think I might have even mentioned it in my previous video, that these are the signatures we started getting before our magnetopause reversed. Okay, what does that mean? That means our shield went to the back side. Okay, and it left us wide open in the front. Now I want you guys to look at this image right here very, very close. Okay, now I ain't saying that's what's happened right here, but I can say this, that I've never seen this defined without something like that happening. Okay, right now, currently, and it may just be this model, but currently, it's showing that we still have whatever this is, this shield line out here in the front. But you guys can clearly see that we have a second bow shock on the back. Okay, so why we're pushing out like that, I don't know. And look at this massive, massive compression. Okay, we talked about the satellite line, right? That's inside the satellite line. This is inside. That energy is actually hitting the Earth's surface right there, or at least it's in our atmosphere. I ain't gonna say it's hitting the surface because I can't say that for sure. But you see the light blue right there is inside of our atmosphere. You can see it inside the black circle. Okay, because I think the black circle there kind of shows what we used to think of as our outer atmosphere or part of our atmosphere. But now we know it extends out past the moon, so it actually goes out further than that. But anyway, I just happened to look at this when I got off of work today. Okay, I pulled up the still shot over SWMF, and this right here is what I seen. I got you guys over here at the ISWA right now. Now, I'm just going to show you guys these images, and I want to keep watching it, because right now, like I said, this thing is not updating. I don't know why. But I can just speculate here. It's one of two things. Either they've shut it off because they don't want us to see what's going on, or the satellite has actually went into safe mode. But I don't know if it's that, because usually when it goes into safe mode, it doesn't take it 5 hours to come back online. It's usually down for 30 minutes and it comes back. These waves that have been hitting us did not come from those solar winds. We've already discussed this. This is something that we're connected to magnetically. All right, and this is why this is happening. This is our magnetic field. This is our shield to our Earth. Now, I know I sound a little bit more serious than what I normally am, but I do think that this is a serious thing. I ain't saying we're going to see some huge effect from this, but one of these times, guys, we're going to flip the other direction. And I'm not talking about a pole shift. I have to say that right now, okay? This is not a pole reversal. All right, at least that I don't see a pole reversal right here. What I'm telling you is our magnetopause, or our magnetic field, has actually started trying to switch to the other side, like we're getting something from this direction. Now, I don't know what that could be. Now, the stuff that these waves we've been getting have been coming from the sun, from the direction of the sun, south of the sun, okay, from the Planet X object, okay. So I don't know why this is doing this. If this wasn't such a symmetrical shape, I probably wouldn't be that too concerned about it. But this right here and that, and we don't get to see anything after this. That really bothers me. Because if you guys go back and watch my video that I did, I don't know, a month or two ago, on the reversal of our magnetopause that happened back in 2012, and they tried to hide all that data, well, at least some of it. And Scott had some of it, Terrell Blackstar had some of that data, bunches of other people, but they scrubbed it from the net, the majority of the data. And I've said that before, and now look what's happening right here. Now, I think that this is actually kind of falling into that timeline again, because it didn't just do it 1 year. It's been doing it consecutively, almost on the year, okay? Whatever this rotation is, it's figured out, okay? I don't know what that rotation is or orbit, but there is a cycle to this, and it seems like it's falling into that cycle, whatever's happening right now. So I do think that we have to pay attention to earthquakes right now, most definitely, okay? Because you see this compression right here. That is something it's squeezing our planet, is what's happening, okay? You guys can see the egg shape. I mean, it's not hard to see. And I would venture to say that the next capture after this, which we won't be able to see because they're not letting us see it, is probably even worse. Now, something I want to point out, guys. Now, listen to me good here, okay? I know, like I said, I don't usually get this serious. I don't like to get this serious. I really don't. But our shield out front, the sun is over here. Look, there ain't nothing here, man. Nothing. And that's where we were getting that energy. That energy was coming from that direction. So whatever's happened, we're trying to protect, the Earth's trying to protect itself from the backside here. Okay? And when it does that, it has to get that energy from somewhere. It has to move stuff around, I guess, is how it works. And so we're going to be open out here in the front. So God forbid we get hit with a solar flare right now or anything like that. So, I mean, because there's nothing out front protecting us right now, at least according to this model. Now, you know, like I said, guys, I'm not going to go much deeper into this because I actually haven't even looked at this whole thing yet. I actually, I'm going to, did I already, hold on a minute. Yeah, guys, like I said, I just hopped on here real quick. I just got home from work. So we're going to walk this through because now you're see those waves that we were seeing? Now look at that. I want you guys to pay attention to that right there. You see how it's kind of a darker blue on the back side of the Earth? Now we start getting hit in the front. You see it's kind of expanding a little bit. Now watch the pressure build on the back. Okay, you see that? See the direction it came? Okay, it's almost as if it started building from our back side. Because if you look right here, guys, and this is what's really strange, because all the energy we've seen before has been coming from the direction of over here, south of the sun. Okay? You're seeing the pressure build up back here, and there's nothing out here. So I don't know what that means. I don't. All I know is that's not normal. And what we're seeing right here definitely is not normal. Okay? Now, you see us, we compress, and then when we compress like that, we usually rapid expand right after that. Now I know that this capture doesn't look too concerning to most people, but this is actually very concerning to me because there is no pressure anywhere here. There's nothing there. And I showed you guys that in the other model in my previous video, how that was happening then. Okay? Now you're seeing a little bit right here, just a touch, but the rest of that, there's nothing there. It's like everything just went calm for a minute, and then this. You know, it starts building out in the front again. Boom. Now I find it interesting, again, that it's doing it up here in a direction, because when you see it off the back side of the Earth, you have to draw the line diagonal this way. So the energy's coming from this way. And I'll show you more in depth here in just a second of what I'm talking about there on the other models. Now, again, we've seen signatures like this before, okay? This wouldn't yes, this is concerning, but this wouldn't cause me to do what I'm doing right now. All right, you see a little compression going on with our magnetic shield out in the front. Yes, it's inside the satellite line, but we've seen that before, okay? Look at that. Now, what am I saying looking at that? Yeah, I know, guys, sorry. See how we kind of notched out there? And we even kind of pushed back right here? I'm not sure if this is like a rebound reaction of something that hit us real hard in the front and it caused us to kind of flip the other direction with our magnetics. I don't know. All I know is, like I said, this is an observation. And you, man, that is weird. Look at this. It's almost like this thing is crisscrossing like that. What in the world is that? Anyway, yeah. Now look, see how we bent, see how we tilted down? Now not only, whenever you see, sometimes we'll see us, it'll look like we're tilting down, but this line right here very seldom does that tilt with the rest of the magnetics. Now this model's showing that, so that's very, very strong. Okay, whatever's pulling us down that direction. You know, again, I believe it's that Planet X object in that orbit, okay? And this is something that, you know, Scott's been screaming from the rooftops here for the past few weeks. And he told us to look at these days, and I've been telling you guys the same thing. All of that, okay? So, yeah, daggone it. Sorry. Come on. Man, now I hit freaking reverse too much. Sorry about that, guys. I had to pause it for a minute. But do you guys see this? Okay? I mean, look at that. I mean, it's tilting down. I mean, it's doing all kinds. Look at that notch. Look at that. I mean, this is all kinds of weird, guys. All right? Now, like I said, guys, the last time I seen these signatures was during those Magnetopause reversals, okay? In other words, our shield went to the other side. It wasn't protecting us from the sun direction. It was protecting us from the dark side of the earth, okay? The nighttime side. So there was something reacting back there, pushing at us. Now, is that what's going on here? I can only wait till we see. Oh my gosh, look at that. I'm sorry, guys. I know I get a little excited about this, and it's not really excitement. It's just, it's surprise more than anything. Now, something else I want to show here, and I actually mentioned this to Scott last night. See this big hole out here that's being left open? Okay, that concerns me also. We're still being protected out here in the front, okay? But if any energy makes it past that, okay? And I'll let Scott talk about, he came across an article and stuff that he's going to share with everybody, I think. And it has to do with, you know, what we're talking about here. And I'll let him talk about that because, you know, he found that information and it plays right in. And you guys will be amazed when you guys hear that. He may have already did a video. I haven't even looked yet. Like I said, I've already got, you know, I just got home from work. So, but do you see that? Watch this. Okay. Now look at that signature right there. Now watch the energy build here, and it just does, and it makes almost like it reversed. I mean, I ain't saying it did, but I mean, daggone, it's what it looks like. See, look at that. Stupid telemarketers, man. I tell you what. Sorry about that, guys. Now you see this, okay? But it goes ahead and it goes on around. And it completes that arc in the back. Okay, now this is just one model that I'm showing you. We're going to go look at some other ones, okay? I've already pulled up a few of them. I haven't looked at them yet, but I'm going to tell you right now, I guarantee you they're all screwed up. Okay, now this is one that is probably one of the most important ones to look at. I'm going to pause it, okay? Now, I can tell you right now that this is already strange. Completely just jacked. Look, these are directions of winds. Okay, look at the haphazard, just chaos there in the middle. I mean, look at that. And look around the earth. See how big this is? Look how thick our bow shock is out here in the front. That's a lot of pressure, guys. All right. I mean, this is something that, you know, like I said, you know, if this turns out to be nothing, great. I hope it doesn't. I really do. But this is the exact same signatures we've seen before that Magnetopause reversed back in 2012. I think we caught it in 2013 a little bit, even in 2000 up to 16, I think. I can't say for sure. I can't remember. I'd have to go back and look at some of that stuff, and I will. I'll go more in depth in a video. I almost went live, guys, but I don't go live very often, so I didn't want to take the chance of it just being all screwed up. All right, so we'll go back now. Okay, this is the stuff we were seeing yesterday. Remember, guys, the waves? And this is what I was talking about, us being open in the front. Look. Okay, and as the time went on, it seemed as if this thing was getting bigger. The hole was getting bigger. Okay, and again, like I said, I was conversing with Scott about this, and we were talking about what could be causing that. And, you know, there's a whole lot of things that can, but, yeah. And you're seeing stuff move. You see the direction changing, kind of up and down. Now, when we seen that, I've told you guys what that is right there, okay? We go from that, and then the next capture is a half hour later, basically. Yeah, that's what happens. That's what happens when it goes down for safe mode. That's the last capture, and then the next capture we see is that. That's a safe mode shutdown, okay? It looks like that almost every time. I used to think they were shutting it off too on purpose, but I don't think that anymore on this particular stuff. Now, when they shut it down for 5 hours, that's a whole nother ball of wax, guys. Okay? So we're seeing a massive energy come from the front, and we just kept getting these waves. And again, remember, guys, I just said that this was getting, this thing out here in the front was getting bigger. Okay? The intense red is here and here now. See how big that is? I mean, look at that. Wow. That is just crazy. Now look at that, guys. Oh my goodness. Man, I want to see the next capture after these. Man, makes me sick that they... What am I saying, old man, about? Look at the amount of red and orange back here behind us. That's a lot. Typically when we see that, guys, it's just like a line. You know, we get a small line of that, not like a whole area just colored in with that. Whoa. Okay. Anyway, again, there ain't no fear here, okay? This is just surprise is what you guys are hearing in my voice, because it really is. This is surprising to me. Well, I don't want to say it's completely surprising me, because it's not. Because I really thought, based on the signatures that I was seeing, that this might be in our future, but I didn't know it was going to happen like right now. You know, there's that same one we just looked at. That's the radiation belts. Let me get you guys over here to, let's look at this one. I haven't looked at this one yet. These are the lines of, our connection lines. Polar field lines. These are our field lines. Closed field lines. IMF lines, our connection to the sun, are the blue lines, and to other celestial objects. The red ones are the closed field lines, and the black lines are our polar lines. They come off of the South and the North Pole, okay? So, I guarantee you're going to see some funky stuff here. Okay, we're going to go through this kind of slow. Okay, look at that. Guys, something... It's just not right. This is not right. Okay, guys? I mean, nobody was predicting any kind of storm like this. Okay? This is not... Man. And again, I ain't saying that this is going to turn out horrible or anything, but it does concern me in the fact that they felt it, you know, pertinent enough to shut this sucker off. It's been down now for 5 hours. Look at the timestamp. Okay? 1742 minutes. Okay? That's 5:42 UTC time. Right now it is 5:10 Eastern time. So that's roughly 4 to 5 hours ago. We haven't had a capture. It hasn't updated in 4 to 5 hours. Now this last capture right here on this one is showing you that this pressure is still coming from this direction. Okay? Because do you see how the color difference is? And you can actually see the lines of polarity there too, getting pulled off that direction. Okay. This is something that I've learned is to look for. And also you can see now, when you're looking at this particular graph, you're looking at the Earth from the side. So when this thing is going, like when this is going down this way, that's actually tilting down like south of the sun. Okay. It's not going to the right, if that makes any sense to you guys. These are two-dimensional models, and sometimes it's hard to wrap your brain around it. But that's what's happening right there. So what we're going to do is I pulled up some of the radiation models. This is at the 50 Kelvin. Okay, these are radiation belts. Okay, these are good to look at also. Now, look at that. Oh my good God. Oh my goodness. Holy crap, man. Oh Lord. Guys, I just have to say it. Our magnetopause flipped right there. I'm just telling you that right straight up. I don't know what else to say. My opinion, what we just seen right there was a flip, at least for a minute. Okay, now watch what I'm talking about. Okay, do you guys see this graph down here? That's the strength graph. Okay, notice there is no pink on there. Okay, there's no pink there. This goes red, right? Watch this. Okay, now you can see how the backside's starting to try to protect us. Okay, starting to form that shield on the backside. You can see that. See that? See how it bent over? Now we see this once in a while anyway, but it doesn't do it to this extent. Okay, we'll see that jump back and forth, whatever. It's no big deal. Okay, but what we got to be concerned about is when we see this. Okay, now again, let's see if I take it back to the beginning here. Okay, now remember me saying there's no pink on this? What's that? That's very, very intense. I'm going to tell you that right now. It doesn't get any more intense than that. There is no other color that they use. That is the highest that they use. Okay? And that's, I'm not sure if this is done in heat or not. I think it is, given this is radiation belts. Okay, and you're seeing it react, okay? Now, we compressed there, we went like that. Now, sometimes when this happens, it needs a jolt from the front to get it to flip over, okay? So if I remember right, that's kind of what it did the last time when we seen it back in 2012. Now, we were getting influence from a whole bunch of other things at the same time, which is kind of what's going on right now, okay? Pink's coming in there again. Okay, this is where I want to be. All right. Now, this, like I said, this is when they shut everything down. Okay, now you're seeing this, right? Very intense around the Earth. Again, directional, guys. Look at the direction. It's down towards the south again, right? Falls right in line with this orbit that we've been talking about, this object that's sitting south of the sun. Okay? Now watch this. Okay? You're getting ready to see it. Okay, something hit us pretty hard right there. Boom, we're expanding out. It's called rapid expansion. After we get hit, now look at this. Okay? Hold on a minute. I'm going to back that up. Look at that, guys. I can tell you right now, as long as I've been looking at this stuff, and which is really not that long, I went back and looked at a lot of historic stuff in the archives and stuff. You know, when this thing flipped the first time back in 2012 or I think it was 2012, we seen this very similar thing. Okay, eventually the whole screen went pink. Okay, but this time watch this. Okay, We get the intense pink. See it coming in from the bottom. Then it fills up. Now watch. Now did you see this? Okay. Intense to, let me just do this. That's hardly any pressure. Okay. That's the next capture. Let's back it up. Oh, that's why. Holy cow. Look, these guys, man, I just want to smack these people sometimes. Look at this. That's at 6:28. And then the next capture is at 12:28. 6 hours. Oh, imagine that. What happened in those 6 hours? Well, guess what, you punks? You didn't catch this one. I mean, guys, that looks like it reversed. It's just what it looks like. I mean, you can even see it going all the way back this way. Sometimes we'll see this kind of go flat, like I showed you before. Okay? But this right here is actually bowing back the other direction. Okay? On the top and the bottom. Intense to 6 hours later to that. What in the world are they doing? They shut it down again. Are you kidding me? Now look, this is strange. Okay? Now look. That's at 1500 hours. All right, next capture. 1800, which is actually further along than what we've seen on the other model, which is good. Okay? Is it going to do it again? It sure as heck looks like it. We're going to have to pay attention to this, guys, for the next few hours, okay? I'll be watching it. I promise you guys. I mean, and I'll come back on whenever I have any info for you. But yeah, wow. Actually, I think I'm going to... Let's do this. Taking some screenshots. Sorry, guys. Wow. Okay. I'm going to take you guys over and show you something else real quick, too. I think this is... Okay. This is at the 1000 Kelvin area of the atmosphere. Okay. Sometimes we'll see different stuff if we go up or down in elevation. Okay. This one you usually don't see as much on this one. But we are still seeing activity. Okay. Yeah, look at that. Oh my gosh. When you see those reds up that high, we very seldom see it up that high. That's intense. When I'm talking about this is higher in elevation, we very seldom do. Oh my gosh, look at those rings. What? Did we just get our bell rung, man? Wow. No. Freaking moron. Okay, let me try to take a... Are you serious? Sorry, guys. Yeah. Okay, well, anyway, we're going to go out of that anyway for a minute here. I'm going to take you guys over to the other... what we're going to do is we're going to go over to the Australian model. This is one that Scott has turned me on to here as of late. It's good because it shows us compression. It shows us all the above. I'll be interested to see what this thing shows. Let's see. Let's look at it together. Let's play that again. Yeah, it's popping around. So, oh, you guys see that? Huh. This model's missing time too. You guys see that jump? Watch. I'm just going to replay it. Watch. Watch the degrees. You guys see the degrees here? Okay, you're going to see those jump real bad. You're going to see these satellites down here jump massively too. Okay? So I'm just going to hit play again. Watch it. I bet it jumps hours at a time. Yep, it jumped 7 hours right there, and then it jumped again. Look at that. Yeah, it's not even going to show it to us. Either it shut itself off, like I said, guys, or they're shutting these things off now. And I would have to vent. I'm leaning towards them shutting some of this off because they've seen this energy coming, okay? And we've been reporting on it, all right? And they know that we have. Don't think that they don't know that, okay? So when that happens, you know, man, like I said, if it was only 30 minutes here, 30 minutes there, that's a safe mode. Now, it is possible to have a big, massive amount of energy hit, and they could shut it down for a while. But if that's actually what's happening, then we're getting smacked with a big bunch of energy right now. Okay? So please, just pay attention. Anybody, any kind of... You don't have to be in earthquake zones anymore around fault lines. It could be anywhere. We've seen them everywhere. France. I mean, my gosh. You know, it's just, wow. But what we're going to do now is I'm going to take you guys over to the other Magnetopause model and see what we got. You know what else, guys? Isn't today... What time was that? I don't even know. I'm going to have to go look. The solar eclipse down in the southern hemisphere. Did that already happen? Or is it happening during this? Is this part of it? I don't know, guys. Is this part of why this is going on? I have no clue about that. That might be a factor here. I don't know. But anyway, this is Scott's webpage, planetxnews.org. Here's those links I take you guys to all the time. Here's the one that says Magneto. Oh, I don't want to go to the meteor one. Okay, yeah. Magnetosphere is where we want to go. Okay. Now, this is what the only bad thing about this one, guys, is it only shows you like a certain amount of hours, and you can't go back and look at archived stuff. Okay. So this was at 7/1 at 2200 hours. Yeah. Trying to see if that's, yeah, that's correct. Now, I think the solar eclipse is tomorrow, guys. So this is up to date. This is current. So let's take a look at it. I'm just going to go. They got to load. So I'm going to. Oh Lord, holy crap! Wow. We seen this a while back. Me and Scott did, and I think I did a video on it where the whole screen turned white. Now, if you look at the density, guys, on the white, that's basically no density. Basically, there's nothing there. And look at this. Holy crap, man. I wish I could go back on this model and look at that when all that happened. Yeah, we're going to see some funky stuff here, guys. Now this is the solar wind speed, okay? Now you guys can see that that's pretty intense. There's a lot of movement there, okay? And we're not seeing nothing huge though. I think what we're going to see, guys, there was a wave that came through. But I think what you're going to see here is you're going to see more on the density model here, because it's not, even with all these waves that have been hitting us, this is why this has been bothering all of us. The solar wind hasn't increased. Any increase we've seen is probably a malfunction of the tool. Okay, it's thinking it's seeing that. Now, these are all basically coming at us magnetically, okay? And I just have to say that because that's what's happening. Now, I'm going to start this. Now, look at this, guys. My goodness. Remember what I said. If you look at the chart up here, the whiter it is, the less dense of material that we're seeing. So if you see the dark blue, that's where the denser material is. And that's typical around where the Earth's at, okay? Just know that. But normally our bow shock is out there also, and it's pretty dense. It's usually about the same color, the darkest color that this model shows. So let's watch it and see what it does. Now this only takes us back to like 1800 hours. So again, we're only seeing 4 hours of whatever, and this is actually after what I just showed you guys on the other model. So we got to keep that in mind when we're looking at this stuff. You know, the timestamps are very, very important. Okay. Now, I would tend to say, I haven't even looked, and we'll look here in a second. Again, guys, I usually look at this stuff before I even do a video. But look, I mean, just look at this. Okay, now, I have to say this right here. Okay. This model right here, the sun's actually on this side. Okay, the other models I showed you, they were on the right. The sun's on the right. So this one's kind of reversed in that aspect. So what we're seeing here, again, we should be seeing, oh my goodness, so much more than that. I mean, there's just nothing there. Watch it just go away. And it kind of comes back. That's our shield out in the front. See it? Okay, it started to come back. All right, now, oh, look at that. See, I'm going to pause it right there. Now, see, this is what I'm talking about. This right here is showing exactly what I'm trying to show you guys. And this is happening like right now. This is exactly what our magnetopause looks like right now. Okay, this is the pressure chart. Okay, now notice, remember I said sun's over here. So if the energy's coming from the sun, or if our shields are out in the front, you should be seeing more pressure out here. Right? Why are we seeing more on the backside? That puzzles me. Okay? Seriously. I mean, did this thing reverse? Did our shields go to the backside for a while here? Is it doing it right now? I don't know. But watch this. Okay? And typically, in the past, guys, when this has done this, it does go back. Okay? But sometimes, I think the last time this happened, I think it was like a full day event. But this has been going on now for 2 days. Not this complete, what looks to be a reversal of our magnetopause. I don't know if it is or not. Okay, guys? I'm going to say that right up front. But when you see, like I just showed you guys here, the sun's over here. So why is the pressure arcing around our planet from the other direction? It makes no sense to me unless that reversed. Okay? So, let's go look at earthquakes real quick. God, I hope there ain't nothing happening. Alright, well, there's nothing big, at least that I can see. Well, maybe. There you go. Look at that, guys. Oh, look at there. Do you guys see this? Look at the timestamp, guys. That's the exact time. Now look, guys. Look at that right there. 1745 UTC. Okay? Sorry. That's not the one I want to show you. 1713 UTC. Okay, 6.0. Now, those are other ones. Okay, 5.9. Philippines, and I don't want to butcher that. Vanuatu or Vanuatu or whatever. I don't know how to say that, guys. Sorry. But Philippines had a 5.9, and there was a 6 shortly thereafter. I'd have to go back and look at some of this history here. Doesn't look like just the typical 5s and 4s we've been seeing. Okay? But there was a 6 right there. okay? Right at the exact time, let me show you. I'm just going to back out of this real quick. Right at the exact time. Oh, that updated. Huh, interesting. Look. That's still all jacked up. Oh my goodness. Look at that. At least, well, it kind of is still arced out in the backside, but we're getting the front side there too now, okay? So maybe we're just flipping back and forth there a little bit, but this is still very intense, okay? So, like I said, guys, I don't know if that's actually what happened there. We'll go look at this one more time and see what the updated version of this one looks like. Man. Wow, guys. God, I hope they didn't doctor these too much. I mean, this is not, like I said, guys, I ain't saying that it did reverse, okay? But it sure as heck looked like it did for a second, okay? I mean, it very well could have reversed and went back. It could have, we've seen, what I'm saying is, I was already talking about this, all right? Because I was seeing signatures that was kind of leading me to think that this was going to happen. Now, again, there's no way I could be like completely predictive about this, okay? Because there's just no way to be that way. But do you see this, okay? Now, what bothers me the most, okay, is the fact that this is so symmetrical, as if that was our bow shock in the back of us. If that was all jagged and all jacked up and stuff, I wouldn't even be having this conversation. Okay, I'd just be talking about the massive pressure, how we're getting squeezed right here. Okay? But, okay, the timestamp there is at 16:10. Okay, we're seeing that, 17:2. Now see, look. This right here is what it looked like during that 6.0 and the 5.9 earthquake. Okay? Now, does it make sense to everybody that this is sometimes what causes these earthquakes? Or a lot of the time? I mean, we got our bell rung there, guys, by something. This was not a CME. All right. So let's see what the timestamp does. Go 16, 17, 18. Okay, it's not missing any time now. Good. Good. The thing with that is, guys, they did have it shut off though. But it doesn't mean it wasn't collecting data. All right, maybe that's what it was doing, and they just hadn't updated it yet. I try to give them the benefit of the doubt, but man, it's hard to do that sometimes. I mean, look at that. That's just such a reverse signature, if I've ever seen one. Okay? And again, look at this. Okay, what's happening here? This is what's happening right now. See the backside? Now watch it kind of collapse a little bit. See how it's doing it in the front? Watch that line in the front, how it gets smaller and compressed. Now, like I said, guys, I'm going to come back on later and we're going to update this again. Okay, and we're going to watch this. All right, but guys, like I said, I really don't have a whole lot more to say about this right now because I just got to wait on more stuff. I'll probably try to get a hold of Scott. I already did. He just didn't answer his phone. But, yeah. Hopefully somebody else is going to report on this too. But God bless. Yeshua saves, and you can drink this Kool-Aid.